Welcome back for War number 7 of Season 30. In this war, my Alliance 2 Loki is taking on the New Mutant. I'm going to be on Path 7 in Section 1 and Path 9 in Section 2, plus I've got 2 of the Boss Island minis. So for this first fight up, it is Kinetic Transference and Power Bond, which just means he's going to gain a lot of power relatively quickly. I am going to use Magik for this fight with a Power Start 1. While I can't drain his power, I still can lock it. So, and that's the plan going into this, is just, get to my special 2, lock him down so he can't gain any more power, and then just finish off the fight from there. So I do throw on, some Mystic Boost, just mainly because the second fight has me a little bit more concerned than this one. And also because I'm not running Suicides right at the moment, so my damage output's already a little bit lower. No, there we go. There's the Power Start 1 boost. And now we're going to jump right in. This is only a rank 2, so this one's not, too bad of a fight. So here we go. Parry 5-hit combos is the key in this one. You can see he does gain power relatively quick. But Magik does her thing with, the Power Steal, which I think I got lucky on. The Power Bond's not supposed to let me steal power, but it seemed to work fine on this fight. I'm not sure exactly why. Did take a couple hits there, but with Limbo, I was able to heal them back. And of course, just really rinsing and repeating on this fight is, parry 5-hit combo, special 2, and get out of this fight with full attack bonus. Nothing, too terrible in this fight to deal with. Silver Centurion is a good fight for me. I'm very comfortable, evading his special 1 if I needed to. I fight him in a Q all the time now, so really no issues there. This fight was the one that concerned me a little bit more. Any of the new fights with the higher ground buff on it, concerned me a little bit, but I'm really going to try and do the same thing here. My plan was to use Magik, because it is the Vivified node. I am very, very bad at evading Magneto's special 2. So plan was just to get the power lock on him and try and keep him locked down so I wasn't having to bait so many specials, wait, because you can't really counter his special, and letting the altitude charges, really get out of control. So there we are. We're right on track. I've locked him down. I can get some more hits in. That way the altitude, charges, if I can, they're at 2 right now. Power lock's gone. Now I've got to bait another special. Really trying to keep him under that 2 bar. And there I forgot on the Vivified node I couldn't lock him down. Do eat a special 2. Luckily, it was right as Limbo ended, sorry. So I was able to heal it all back, and then I had the armor break on me to heal even a little bit more. So that was very nice there. But you can see here, once again, altitude charges are at 2. His, parrying him hurts. I prefer not to have to do it unless I have Limbo up. Trying to knock them back down. Once they get up there, it is very, very hard to remove them. Here we go. We're at 3. 1 parry is 7% of my health roughly. Fortunately that one was with Limbo, so I was able to heal it back up. That one's not. Is at 3 charges, approaching 4. Fight's just going longer than I really want it to at this point. I feel pretty comfortable I'm going to be able to get out of it, but not as quickly as I would like, and not as clean as I would like. Fortunately, I don't have to use Magik again this war, so it's not going to cost me any potions. But you can see there, 4, and I think that was roughly about 5,500 damage from 4 altitude charges. You get many more than that, and it's all over. Long fight, but clean, and that was the main thing going into it. We're going to jump ahead to Section 2, where I've got a Miles Morales followed up by a Korg. Here for Miles, I'm just going to use Venom. Good counter for it. This has got the, once again, the Stun Reflect node on it, and one-eyed open. So, moderate boost. Not real concerned about these fights. I do throw on an invulnerability boost just in case I mess up and, miss an evade on a special, or accidentally eat a heavy or something like that, or accidentally parry them. But, feel pretty confident going into this one that it's not going to be too difficult. So, you know, and the other reason for it is I really haven't fought Miles a whole lot since he's gotten his buff. And see, there was one thing I forgot. You know, I was thinking with Venom, even if I threw the special, I wasn't going to miss. You know, I didn't realize, you know, I was just thinking Venom would bypass that miss mechanic on him, but it doesn't. So, kind of figured that out, and then from here, you know, okay, well, you know, it didn't cost me too much. That's what the invulnerability boost was for. And take a couple hits, finish them off, and there we go. Once again, full attack bonus, and that's the name of the game in war. And here's why I brought Namor in on this war, is for this Korg fight. Once again, window of opportunity stun and powered immunity. You know, I was actually going to try and use the powered immunity node to my advantage. You know, I'm not very good at evading Korg's special 1, so I wanted to push him to the special 2 as often as possible so that I could, you know, just evade that and be able to counter, you know, and have openings fairly easy. You know, and, you know, Namor is just good against Korg in general. You get the reflect on the Thorns damage, and, you know, not planning on throwing any specials. You know, I never remember which ones of Namor's specials stun, and just didn't want to take any chances. So, you know, it's going to be, you know, a little bit longer fight just because it is a Korg, but it's a pretty safe and comfortable fight for Namor. So, you know, we're at 30 seconds in, he's down 20%. You know, I'm in good shape with my health, and we're just gonna keep baiting heavies, letting him hit into our block. You know, I guess I did throw one special there, simply because the timer was off, and he was being a little stingy. So, you know, I think I may throw another one when the timer's off again later on. But, like I said, terrible evading his L1. So I had the invulnerability boost, took 2 hits into that. Still, you know, not any big issues in this fight. Got his shield down again, so we can finally do a little bit more damage. And you can see every time a bleed would apply, you know, you'll see the power gain pop up there, just like that, where I'm just pushing him up a little bit higher because of the empowered immunity node. Okay, gonna bait a special 2, take that last rock stack away. And I'm gonna throw another special there because the stun reflect was down. Stun reflect was still down there. I don't know why I backed away, but you know, this fight's pretty much over. And really, this was supposed to be my last fight with Namor in this war. So I wasn't too worried about it. You know, the little extra chip damage I took wasn't going to hurt anything. You know, wasn't planning on healing him up. I did have one more fight with Venom that I was planned on taking. So, you know, a little chip damage didn't really bother me there. But as it turns out, I'm going to use Namor one more time. You know, we got near the end of war, and the person that I had assigned to take Terrax was not available. So, you know, I had Namor with me. Knew I wasn't going to gain any power. Knew it might be a longer fight, but figured what the heck, I'm taking the next fight anyway. Let's just go ahead and boost up for both. Did boost a little big because I've not fought Terrax on this node, and I typically don't fight this node at all. So, you know, a little bit heavier boost just to be safe. And, you know, at this point the war was pretty close as well. So plan in going in here was just to bait heavies and try and backdraft to intercept as much as possible. And this fight was, in my opinion, one of the best fights I've ever fought. You will see that I'm just constantly able to get the backdraft intercept. The AI is playing perfectly for me. I've got the armor breaks on me to keep healing up. And, you know, one of the fears going into it, one of the folks in my battle group said that this would be a for sure timeout, you know, because I couldn't bleed him. But, you know, after about a minute in, you know, he's down to about 70%. And, you know, I'm not going to have any trouble at all on the timers. And, you know, bait out a special, dex out of it. And here we go. Now it's just time. I want to ideally keep his power up as much as possible. I don't know why I didn't do the backdraft there, but here we go. So we're just going to go, because when Terrax has that rock shield up, he does fight a little bit more aggressively, and going to use that to my advantage. And you can see the red numbers with the damage reflection going back over to him. My health is staying perfectly still, if not going up a little bit through all this. So really, really happy with this fight and the way it turned out. Made another special, Dex, and then I'm just going to repeat the same cycle again. And there we go. When that rock shield is about to drop, I stop doing the 4 hits. We'll take the 5 hits. Bait out a heavy, push him over a bar, and then that way, if he throws his special, I'm ready to go with some backdraft intercepts again. We were got him down to about 5%. A couple more heavies. I think I do bait one more special. There we go, and then we're going to finish him off. And there it is. So perfect fight against Terrax on that node. Couldn't have been happier. Really didn't need to boost as high as I did for that fight. The next fight was the one I wasn't really worried about. It's a good matchup. It's Venom versus Penny. The one thing that I didn't have on this node that I typically would and would have somebody apply would be the White Mag's pre-fight. That is missing on this, and it almost cost me. When I fight this node, I usually have that pre-fight on there so that the limber doesn't come into play at all. But we're going to toss on another invulnerability boost, which saves me in this fight as well. I'm going to just toss on a 6k heal, so I'm closer to full. Feeling pretty good going into this. I know how to fight Penny. But I just kind of forgot everything in this fight that I typically would do, and I'll kind of go through it. So great start, able to get a parry 5-hit combo, intercept there, get her to throw her special 1. Okay, and now I fully expected her to block, and this does have brute force on there. She throws another special 1, expected to get that. Didn't expect the Dex. I was not ready for that, but she's just throwing these special 1s very, very quick. And the plan is typically for me is I want to hit into her block as much as possible to remove her shield charges, but she is tossing off those special 1s so fast, and now with limber I can't even parry. I eat a special 2, kills my invulnerability boost. There we go. Finally get the shield charges down. At this point I'm concerned because I am losing the health bar battle. Gonna let her throw a special 2, which I eat the second half of it again. I'm watching brute force tick my health down. At least her shield's down, so I'm able to get some hits in. Her shield is now back, so I've got to start really being concerned about the brute force. I can't parry and hit her. I need her to throw a special. Okay, she throws her special 1. I need to be able to get a hit in. She is going to auto block. I'm just hoping she backs up so that I can get some hits into her block. Okay, there we go. So we finally got some. Now she's finally turtling up a little bit so I can get some hits into her block. But I'm at 13%. Brute force taking me down to 11. Get the shield down, and this is going to be a photo finish. I'm just throwing a special 2 at this point because I don't think there's any way that I can survive this fight, and just trying to get out of it, do as much damage as possible so that the next fight when I come in with somebody, it's not going to be too bad. Fortunately, I somehow escape with the victory on that one, able to turn it around at the very end. So good fight there, very fortunate finish for me. Unfortunately for us though, we did end up losing this war. It was a close one, and then my stats for season 30, I'm at 47 kills, still just the 3 deaths, still just 4 boss kills, but 2 Loki has fallen to 3 and 4 on the season. So thank you very much for watching this one. I hope you liked it. Please leave a like and a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.